Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. Quick video for you. We're working on the KRX today. We're doing a few things. This is going to be video for one of them. I am going to swap out, well I have swapped out already, I'm going to show you how I did it, the rollover valve for the fuel tank to relieve the fuel pressure issue in the KRX fuel tanks. I'll show you why that happens, and we'll talk about it here. So let me turn the camera around and bring you to the car, and we'll show you what's up. All right, so I have the car pretty much taken apart. So if you're doing this, the only thing you need to remove is that back panel right here, the back panel behind the seats. That's all you need to take out. It's a few clips and a screw, and it comes right out. I have the whole thing disassembled here. I took the seat out, I took the cover over the fuel tank off, just to kind of show you guys why and what is going on here. I also have that panel out up front. That'll be another video, what we're doing there. So this, if you guys don't know, or if you have one of these machines, you definitely do know. You've noticed that when you take your fuel cap off, you'll get a tremendous amount of air rushing out, fuel pressure. I showed you guys that on the walk around video, and that was just a mild case of it. If you're riding and it's hot, or if you're riding at all, honestly, it happens because fuel lines are routed on, the coolant lines, I should say, are routed under the fuel tank. That adds to the heat the fuel tank takes in. I'm not sure if there's any insulation in between. I haven't stuck my hand in there to check, but that's the coolant line. It runs straight under the gas tank, and then they come up through the firewall there. So what happens is the gas tank gets hot. You're riding around, it builds up pressure. It doesn't have nowhere to go. So when you open your fuel cap, you'll hear that hissing. I've had it happen so bad on my two-seater before I did this fix that, you'll open the fuel cap really fast. It'll almost blow the fuel cap right off. So the tank's expanding and it's not pushing the air out. And the reason for that is this valve right here. This is the valve that comes OEM. The orange side is the side that faces the fuel tank. So when the lines come out of the tank, there's a line that comes out of each side of the tank, goes into a T, and then goes to the bottom, which is the orange side here. If you blow air through this side, you'll blow your eyeballs out trying, because it does not allow air to escape out. It's supposed to allow a minimal amount of air to escape out and a little bit to come in. It only allows, if you blow through this side, it'll allow plenty of air to come in the tank, so the tank won't contract, but it doesn't allow enough air to escape for the tank expanding. I don't know why Kawasaki hasn't addressed that yet. People say it's an emissions related thing, and that's why they do it, but every manufacturer has to abide by these emissions standards, so I don't know why. It's not an issue with other vehicles, so I don't know why it is with this one. So it's a simple fix, really. $18 part. I ordered mine right from Amazon. If you just search KRX 1000 rollover fuel valve, rollover valve even, you'll find them all over the internet. Everybody's got them at this point. This is similar to the one I used on my two-seater, so I just got it. I found it on Amazon for like 18 bucks. It was prime delivered to my house 2 days. So from the factory, it's set up like this. You'll take that back panel off, and it'll look like this. Orange side over there, and it sits right up here. There's a little rubber nipple, sits in the hole. And the lines coming on this side goes to here. So you have one line coming from this side of the tank, and you have a line coming from the other side of the tank. They go to a T. Right here is a T, and then it comes up, and it goes into the bottom. So when the tank gets hot, the gas gets hot, and then has to expand and let out pressure, it has to go through that orange side. And on the factory one, as I already told you, try blowing air through there. Nothing escapes. So it doesn't allow it to breathe out. So it will allow air in, but it won't allow the air out. So what you do is you get one of these valves. It's a ball. It's got a ball in it. So the ball sits in there. You have to arrange it though. You can't have it sideways like the factory one, because it's got a little ball in there. If I have it zip tied in there straight up and down, but when it's off, you jiggle it. There's a ball in there. It goes up and down. So what happens is it'll allow the tank to breathe. The ball's sitting on the bottom right now. So when the tank's expanding, it has to get air in. It'll allow the air up and out, and it'll allow a little bit of air back in. If you roll upside down, if you flip the machine and roll it, the ball will go to the top side, and it will not allow fuel to rush out into here, and that line runs then out, back up, and through your frame. So if you didn't have that there at all, and you rolled the machine and you were upside down for a while, the fuel would just start pumping out of those vents right through there and out and into your frame, and you'd have fuel spilling out all over the place, and that's a fire hazard. So you have to have something there. You can't just bypass it altogether. So this will allow it. This is what they use on race cars and stuff. You know, it allows it to tank to breathe well, and if the car rolls over, flips over, it doesn't allow the fuel to come out through the overflow. So that's it. It's a simple fix. You only got to take off that back cover. I just took this off, so I want to show you guys how the lines are run and vented. You're gonna have you're gonna see there's two lines coming from the side of the tank and one from that side, and you may be confused as to which side is what. But the orange side of that factory one, what do I do with it? Right here. The orange side is the side coming from the tank. So that's the side you want the small side end of this down. Put your lines on it, make sure it's vertical the way it is there so it works properly, and then I just have it zip tied up, the line, so it doesn't move and it stays straight up and down. Put your panel back on, you're good to go. If you're just doing that, you take that panel off and do it like I showed you, it should really only take you 10 minutes. The hardest part is taking all the 50 clips out of the plastic, in all honesty. I went a little excessive. I kind of want to show you guys the routing of the fuel lines and why and what it does. But hope this helps somebody. On the two-seater, it's the same thing. But on the two-seater, it's behind the seats in a panel. And on the four-seater, it's just here because they put it kind of right behind the fuel tank. You know, in the two-seater, it's the same. In the two-seater, the fuel tank's in the same place, but it doesn't have to go all the way back to the firewall. It's kind of right here. So in the four-seater, they just stopped it and mounted it right there to that bracket. And that is it. Super simple fix. 18 bucks. It'll leave you fuel pressure issues, and you'll be good to go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope this helps somebody, and we will see you on the next one.